what's up, y'all? It's PaigeShaian. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, just stopping by, don't go too soon. Press the subscribe button and continue to check me out. Today we are doing the flip over method on my client, the traditional, well, I guess it's not traditional. It's a two-part sewing. So she's doing a side part and a middle part. As you can see, she has so much hair. All my clients have so much hair because we grew it out and it's nice and healthy. But then they be wanting me to braid it up and sew it in. But that's what we're doing now, y'all. I have not done one of these in a while, but yeah, we did one today and it came out really, really cute. Her hair was actually colored, which I loved because it gave the final look like a little bit of a highlight when it blended with the bundles. So I'm just going in and completing the foundation because she has a lot of hair. You do or you should make the braids on the smaller side because you want it to still lay nice and flat. So I took my perimeter braid along the side part and the middle part, which I am going to show like the final foundation when I'm done braiding. But y'all, let me tell y'all, the camera also died multiple times, so I'll be recording on my phone. I did not get a lot on the camera, so that was kind of annoying. And you can see, y'all, I'm in the new space. I'm at level 27 hair studio, which the vibes in there are nice and chill. My cousin is in there who's also a stylist, so she was doing her clients as well. But we just had a good time, good conversation. But anyways, back to the foundation. You can see like my perimeter braids are a nice small to medium size, not even medium, small size again, because her, as you braid along, the braids are going to get a little bit thicker because you're adding to the next braid. So just be mindful of that too if your client has a lot of hair. In between my parts, I'm using a little bit of Shine and Jam just to keep the braids nice and neat. I like to ensure that this happens because, again, it just keeps everything intact. I feel like it helps the braids last longer as a foundation and it gives the client a longer wear out of the install. My client's appointment started at 8:30 a.m. and we finished probably around 11:30, 12. For her foundation, so one, all of my installs include a wash, a condition, a dry. So that's one. That probably took us about 45 minutes right there. Washing, just definitely getting all that dirt and debris up. She had two braids in prior to. And then after my blow dry, I always trim my client's hair prior to the foundation because I just want to ensure that those dead ends are off and it gives the hair the opportunity to kind of grow out too, just because they're not manipulating it and it's put away. So outside of that, which again is about 45 minutes to an hour, the foundation itself probably took me another 45 minutes. Just because she has so much hair. Depending on your client's hair is going to determine the time that it takes you to complete. As far as her leave out, she had a really good amount of leave out for both the side part and the middle part. But y'all, clients, you have to make sure you are not putting heat to that hair every single day. My client, and y'all didn't see it prior to me blow drying, but she has beautiful, beautiful curls. And she said something like, yeah, because I already know with all this leave out, it's going to be damaged. What? No. It doesn't have to be damaged, right? And that comes from putting heat to dirty hair every day. Every day. Once you're styled, put it away. Like wrap it up at night, put your flexi rods in. Granted, you might be a little puffy in 2 weeks, but it's okay. Every day you don't have to go in and put that heat because that's where that heat damage comes in. So just be mindful of that when you are, asking for these versatile sewings or these sewings that require more leave out. If your goal is to grow your hair out, put it more away. that's probably not the install for you. Okay. But again, her hair is extremely healthy. But that little comment, I said, no, sis, that's not gonna work. But when you are ready to put heat to it, just wash it. You can wash your leave out, you can wash the extensions. That's why it's also good to invest in really good extensions, because when you wash and blow dry them, they come out beautiful. So just wash your hair and then go back into apply the heat. I've also heard some people say, oh, yeah, well, I apply heat protectant every time I put heat to my hair. So, does that mean that, like, okay, I wake up on a Tuesday, I spray the heat protectant, I put more heat to my hair? Wake up on Wednesday, spray the heat protectant, put more heat to my hair. I feel like that doesn't prevent heat damage. Like, you're not using the heat protectant in a proper way. That does not mean it's going to protect your hair from being damaged. That doesn't mean that. So just wash it, apply the heat protectant, and then you press and style your hair. Well, of course you will blow dry, but leave a comment down below. Do you guys do that? I hope you don't do that. But stylists, what do you think about that when people say that to you? And then clients, do you do that? Please leave a comment and let me know your thoughts behind that. So, as you can see, I'm taking my anchor braids now and I'm braiding them into the rest of the foundation. Feel like I'm still trying to figure out my angles with recording, so I apologize. And you guys know that my hands, I braid a lot different than a normal braider. I literally braid with all my fingers, so which allows my arm, it makes my arm protrude out, like it makes my elbow out. So that also kind of covers up the lens sometimes. So I'm sorry it's not a clear view, but I just wanted you all to at least get the foundation of what it looks like and kind of the pattern if it can help you with your installs. This is where my camera died and I had to switch over to my phone. So you see that I already installed one bundle. The inches that my client had were 30, 28, and 26. So 30 inches being the longest, I installed first, because when you install, you want to layer it, right? So if she would have gotten all 30-inch bundles, it wouldn't matter what bundle I put in because they're all the same length. But because 30 is her longest length bundle, we put that in first because you want it to sit at the bottom. You want your longest bundle to sit at the bottom, and then you want to work your way up because that gives you the layered effect. I know in other comments, I'm sorry, in other videos, there were comments like, which one do you put at the bottom? Always put the longest at the bottom, okay? My longest two, depending on the head size, I always double the weft, and then I use my flip over method. Now, normally with longer inch bundles, you get the correct weight amount. However, the weft can be shorter. So you're going to get the correct weight amount because you have more hair along the bundle. However, the weft is going to be shorter. I hope that makes sense. So with that, sometimes you want to get at least 4 bundles to ensure that you have enough hair and to make it nice and full. But because she had more leave out and she had two, like a side part and a middle part, the 3 bundles worked out fine. And I was able to get all in, and it still looked nice and full. So just be mindful of that. If you had like a regular traditional sew-in where you only had a side part or a middle part, I would say maybe consider getting 4 bundles, especially if you have long length bundles like 30 inches. So this is a 20-inch bundle, and I am using the single weft method, right? So I did not double the weft up. So I opened up basically the bundle when you first take it out the package, and then I'm sewing it along. So I'm going right under the weft, taking my needle through, and I'm tying my knot twice and then continuing. This just ensures that it's really nice and intact. Even with the braids are going to grow. Your hair is going to grow and your braids are going to get looser. However, the weft will still be intact as far as with the thread too, because it's so secure with these knots. So This is another reason why my clients come back to me to take it out, because once I sew in there, it's staying in there so they can get, a nice wear out of it. So you can see this is single weft, and I'm throwing it over her shoulder just to continue. And I'll continue to do this all the way up to the top of her head. When I'm sewing my tracks together, they are pretty close to one another, just to ensure that I can get all of the bundles in. If she would have brought 4 bundles, I would have doubled this weft as well, just to really make sure I can get all 4 in. When I realized that, okay, yes, we're going to have enough hair, I was able to just space out just a little bit, but nothing too crazy to the point where she has like major gaps in her head. But you also want to ensure that that you get all the hair in, because it's going to be nice and full for the client. So we're just going to continue with sewing and threading, and then we're going to go into styling. And you can see her leave out is a pretty good amount of leave out, so she's going to have good coverage if she does the middle part and the side part. As I continue to sew along the side part perimeter, I am going to take this weft and take it all the way to the top of where this braid basically anchors. So like maybe like the top of her ear, and then I'm going to flip it over. As I continue up her head, I will start cutting the tracks, because it's your job to make it as flat as possible. So I would say at least the first 3 are okay to flip, and then you should start cutting, because you're going to get closer to that anchor braid and you want to ensure that it's very flat. Finally made it to the top, and now we are on the last bundle length, which is the 26-inch bundle. I closed off the side part, so her right side, and closed off the left side too. And now I'm going to close off the anchor braid of the middle part into the end of the anchor braid for the side part. And then once I get to the middle, I did not show a detailed video of this, but once I sew down the bundles to like the braids in between the side part and the middle part, I don't I don't knot it, right? I just sew it in like it's a loop, because you want it to be able to move freely, and be a little bit looser. Granted, you don't want it to be loose to the point where the track is coming out, right? So it's still intact, but over time it will get loose, where it's going to be easier for her to flip over when she does her side part versus her middle part. So all of her tracks are sewn in, and now we're just gonna go into style. I did use my nano titaniums, my babyless nano titaniums, and then I'm also going in with my T3 curling iron, which I absolutely love, and giving her some nice barrel curls. I am using, I think this is the second biggest barrel curler that they have. I'll have to double check and see. But then as far as the hairspray that I'm using Sebastian Firm Hold. I really, really do like the Sebastian hairspray, because yes, it is a firm hold. However, it doesn't make the hair like crunchy or, super firm to the point where it doesn't even move, but it also gives a hold to the point where it will last all day. So that's a really good hairspray if you are looking for something to use at home, or stylist if you're looking for a hairspray as well. And then I just kind of let the curl go and kind of hold it in my hands, just to, hold the heat in, and then let it down completely. This hair is very long, which you can't even see the full length in the camera right now, but the hair is very long. So if you have to take smaller sections, definitely do that, because you want to ensure that when you go to curl and use that T3, that the heat is getting to all of the hair. You want to really make sure that it's just saturating through. Is saturating the right word? Maybe not, but just making sure the heat is really getting through to all of the hair, so it can have a nice curl to it. What is your favorite part, stylist? What is your favorite part when doing a sewing? Is it the foundation? Is it the styling? I really like styling, not only because I know I'm almost done, but just because like it's just so satisfying just seeing the curls and the outcome of the hair, especially when you have a great quality hair. Just going with my T3s, obsessed. Obsessed. But let me tell you, if you have I don't want if you have a lower quality hair, I'll just say lower quality. It really does affect our flat irons. It really does. It really can burn through the flat irons and causing them to mess up, which I'm not in love with. So I try to wipe my flat irons as much as possible. Or I'm sorry, not even just my flat irons, but my T3 curlers as well. Any curlers. Wipe them as much as possible. But when you have a really good quality bundle, it literally just glides. Like this is gliding right now. It just glides through and makes it so much easier to curl. I guess I should try to give a tutorial on how to curl too, because someone also asked me, how do you like turn it with your hands and your wrists? It's all in the wrist. It really is all in the wrist. And you'll see like I'm kind of holding the curling iron in between the length of the hairs. That's because I want the heat to really be distributed through and ensure that it's going to hold. So then I'll let it all go, hold it in my hands. I spray it down just because I wanted to, hold a little bit more and then let it go. So this is the final look. She's so beautiful. So her natural hair had a highlight in it, which I thought still blended perfectly with the hair. This is the middle part curled. You can see the length now of the hair. It is curled, so it is going to make it look a little bit shorter. But again, this is 30 inches, 30, 28, 26. And then this is the side part once she flips it over. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you soon.